Greetings, Nope, actually, this isn't about the movies. This is about something a little bit different. Besides the movies, and there's another person that lives in this apartment that showed you his DVD and Blu-ray collection. There's also my DVD and Blu-ray film collection. But there's another collection in this room, the TV series DVD and Blu-ray collection. And I'm surprised another character wasn't brought in to do this, but I'm Filmholmes, and I want to show you all these movies, and I want to watch them all, and I want to talk about them. But TV, it is a version of film, just because it's on the small screen. And nowadays, there are TV shows out there that are better than these big budget movies, and some of these TV series have budgets as much as a Hollywood movie. TV has come a long way in the past 20 years where you can tell a better story because you have 13 or 26 episodes to do it in. And I love TV. I'll veg out on the couch and watch a TV series for days. I'll Netflix the shit out of some show. But I do love collecting TV series or other, anime, animated movies, like all that stuff. I love it. I love that stuff almost as much as I love movies. So in this video, I was going to show you everything I have in my TV, DVD, and Blu-ray collection. And yes, in the future, I will do new videos called Too Much TV with Filmholmes, where I'll go over seasons of a TV show I'm watching. If there are any shows that you guys want me to watch, tell me, and I'll talk about it, and I will review it, because there's a lot of stuff that I've collected that I have not watched, of course, and I need to catch up on. And even if it's not something I own, if it's something on Netflix, there's a lot of shit out there I haven't seen that I really, really want to. It just takes a lot longer to watch a television series because, sometimes that could take 100 hours, depending on how long the series went. So, yes, this is not too many movies, this is too much TV, and let's go to my collection. Okay, so this is my TV, DVD, and Blu-ray collection. And as you can see, I need a lot more space for it. TV collections are a little bit bigger than film, DVD, and Blu-rays, but this is all the room I got. So this is going to be an interesting video, to say the least, to show you all this. But first I'm going to show you some of this stuff on top. Now some of this is not TV shows or whatever, but it's still part of my collection, and I'm proud of it. This is The Many Lives of Sherlock Holmes. All the television episodes of a version of Sherlock and a lot of the movies. I haven't watched them yet. I heard the quality is not very good, but I am a sucker for Sherlock Holmes, so had to have it. And this, 2,000-Year-Old Man, Complete History. All of their CDs between Carl Reiner and Mel Brooks. And a DVD of a lot of their stuff too, and it's awesome collection. I recommend it. It is classic comedy. One of my favorite collections I got for Christmas from a couple friends a few years ago, the complete Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon television series in the Turtle Van. One of my favorite things in any of my collections. As I've described before, I'm a huge Turtles nut, and I'm still working my way through the television series. Let's see what else we got. My favorite animated series of all time, Batman, the complete animated series. I'm working on volumes 1 and 2 right now, which is why that's out of the box. But I was so happy to get this. Phenomenal show. Incredible Mel Brooks. He's one of my idols when it comes to filmmaking. This is a really... Oops. Blooper. Make sure I didn't break anything. We're good. I'll keep that in. Why the fuck not? Mistakes happen. That's what my parents always told me. But just a lot of really cool. There's a documentary on each disc, and I found it for a really good price. It's getting a little pricey, or at least it was. But I just love Mel Brooks. I want everything he's involved in. It's just a collection of a lot of his stuff, not his movies, but a lot of stuff he's done on TV, and a great documentary on each disc. It all adds up to like 5 or 6 parts, so it's awesome. Just got this. I'll go ahead and ruin. I have every Lost season. I bought them from a couple friends, and this is their season 5 collector's edition that they got with it. They kept it at first, but they went ahead and gave it to me recently. So that's everything up here. Let's go to the actual collection. Okay, the way this is set up right now, it's confusing. They're in alphabetical order, and I'll show you, like, the A's are in the back, and it starts there and then goes through each row. I need a lot more room or to organize these better, but the way I have this is all live action TV shows, and that is all animated TV, and we'll start with the live action first. And I'm gonna end up making a mess. I don't know if I'm really gonna go in any. I'm gonna go in order, but not in alphabetical order. Let's see, we got the first 3 seasons of Night Court, one of my favorite shows from the 80s, early 90s. Great comedy series, kind of, I don't want to say forgotten, but it's not always well remembered during that time era of Cosby Show and Golden Girls and Cheers, but terrific show. I'd love to have the entire series, but as you get past season 3, they get a little more expensive, but I'll finish these first and I'll get that going. News Radio, another really great series that unfortunately didn't recover after Phil Hartman died, but not one of the best ever, but I love the show. We used to actually watch it in class after we took math quizzes, which was freaking weird. Okay, I'm really into variety, like skit television, and I've heard Mr. Show is one of the best ever, and this set, it's like a $35 set, but I got it for $10 somewhere. I still have not watched it yet, which you're going to hear me say probably a lot, but it's Bob Odenkirk, who is now super famous for Better Call Saul, and then David Cross, who married Amber Tamblyn. He's known for more than that, but he married Amber Tamblyn, that asshole. And then The Office, one of my favorite comedy shows ever, the first 6 seasons. I really only want the first 7. After Steve Carell left, the show was not the same. But they're all on Netflix too, so I'm in no hurry. I only have 5 and 6 because they were like $7 a piece. Look at that, we're starting to see the back a little bit. Police Squad, it was only a few episodes. This is not expensive to find, but very funny. The complete Reno 911. I love Reno 911 so damn much. Such a funny show. Oh god, this isn't expensive. Get this if you can. Okay, another one of my favorite comedy series, Roseanne. Now, I only have the first 4 seasons. You can buy the complete, I don't know why I did that. You can buy the complete series for like $30. I don't like after season 4, and even towards the end of season 4, I started to not like it as much because Roseanne, the character, changed. She got all this plastic surgery in real life, and she basically became just a bitch. But the first 3 seasons are 3 of the best seasons of comedic television you'll ever see, and the 4th season's really good too, but the changes started coming. But I only want the first 4, and that's all I really count for the series, so sue me. Some SNL stuff, I just went ahead and put in the TV thing. This is a really great documentary about the first 5 years. One of my proudest days was when I got Seinfeld, the complete series. One of my all-time favorite comedies, one of the best comedies ever. I don't say it's the best ever, but it's definitely top 10, probably top 5, but I got this for like $60, and it's really not uber expensive, but damn good. And a lot of you may not know this one, Soap. This is a brilliant show from the late 70s. It only ran for 4 seasons. It was going to go 5. And the show was never able to be completed because it only went to 4. So there's a lot of cliffhangers, but this is a comedy that is also a soap opera. And so there is a lot of drama on it. Well done drama, but a lot of comedy. And Billy Crystal kind of got his big start in this. It's so good, and I really recommend it. This is not expensive, like $20. The packaging sucks, but get this show. It's one of my all-time favorites. If they ever remake a show, it needs to be this, if they can try. And then, speaking of Sherlock again, I have season 2 and 3, the newest edition of The Abominable Bride. I actually was not going to collect these because it's on Netflix, it's not going anywhere, and I'd prefer to have it on Blu-ray, but my roommate got the Blu-ray collection, and he gave me these 2 for free. So someday I'll get the first season on DVD just to have it, just to complete my collection, because I do love the show so much. And here's the thing. A lot of the stuff you can see on Netflix or Hulu, but if I love the show enough, I want to own it. I want to have it. And a lot of the stuff I started collecting before Netflix and before Hulu, or before they were really big. But if it's a show, I don't care if it's going to be on Netflix forever, I'm going to collect it, and I'm going to, I want to own it because I love it that much. Another one of my favorite comedies, Spin City, and I only have the first 3 seasons. There's 6 total, but I only want the 4 because that's the 4 that Michael J. Fox was on. Season 4 was like $30, and it's my least favorite season, but I couldn't bring myself to buy it. Now it is extremely rare and out of print and worth hundreds of dollars, and this only happened in the last few months. So if I just would have went that extra mile and spent that $30, could have frickin' had the whole series, but maybe someday they'll release a complete series or whatever, I don't know. Okay, another variety, SCTV, Canadian variety. It was basically Canada's version of SNL. At the time, people said it was better. There are 4 volumes. They're really expensive, like $30-$35 a piece. I got this one for $10, so I wanted to get, to wet my whistle with it, and it is so good and funny. I mean, look at this. Eugene Levy, the late great John Candy, Rick Moranis, what was her name? Catherine O'Hara. Just a brilliant cast, brilliant writing, good stuff if you can get it. Another one, I've actually never seen this, The State. It's not very expensive, and I know it's heavily edited, but it even says, most underrated shows of the 90s. Apparently this was brilliant, and a lot of the people from Reno 911 did this show, so I got it for like $5 somewhere, and I want to watch it someday. As you can tell, I love variety TV. And now we'll go to our actual alphabetical order. Third Rock from the Sun, one of my favorite comedy series, the complete series. Love that show. A Bit of Fry and Laurie. If some of you don't know, Hugh Laurie, that gentleman right there, went on to play House, which we'll see that show in a few minutes. But he is a tremendous comedian. And he did this skit show with another brilliant man, Stephen Fry, and it's considered one of the most revolutionary comedy shows ever. Not just in Britain, but ever. And I always wanted to see it, and it is one of my all-time favorite, like probably top 5 shows, and one of my biggest influences. Get your hands on it. This is probably around like $50, but you can get the ones individually for pretty cheap. Love that show. Adventures of Pete and Pete, still one of my favorite shows. The first 2 seasons, because season 3, they made it, but then they haven't released it yet. It's still boxed up in a warehouse somewhere. I wish they would release the final episodes. I'd really like them. And my favorite television comedy show ever, at least right now, is Arrested Development. It's the first 3 seasons. I did very much enjoy season 4. I will add it to my collection, but it's going to be on Netflix forever, or at least for a long time because they own it, so I don't need it. But the first 3 seasons, 3 of the best years of television you'll ever see, and it actually wraps itself up very nice if you don't like season 4. Now, these shows, a lot of people probably don't know about. Andy Richter Controls the Universe. Andy Richter is Conan O'Brien's sidekick, but when he left Conan O'Brien's, not his new show Conan, but his first show on NBC, Late Night with Conan O'Brien, I think, he went on to do his own stuff. And this show, I watched when it first aired, and it is brilliant. It really is freaking funny, but it never found an audience. It barely had 2 seasons. And I'm glad I got this because this is getting actually a little bit rare. And I got it for a good price. But this show influenced the likes of Scrubs and a lot of other stuff. And I need to finish watching it. There are 5... I don't know. There are 5 episodes that never aired, but it is so good. Now this one, I never watched. I've only watched the first episode, but it is damn funny. Tony Hale, who's now on Veep. Ranjit from How I Met Your Mother, I just noticed that. But where he becomes a bumbling private investigator. That's actually really funny, but it only lasted for a few episodes, and it was cheap to get. My second favorite sci-fi show on TV, Battlestar Galactica. Never saw the original, but I love this show. I got so hooked, I couldn't stop buying the seasons, and they were dicks, and decided to do separate 2, 2.5, and 4, 4.5, which made it more expensive. And I wasn't making much money at the time, and I remember to get season 4 and 4.5 from a used DVD place, I spent the rest of my money and almost starved the rest of the week. Which, yeah, I'm an idiot, but that's how much I love the show. I love that show. And still haven't watched this. Oh my god, I haven't even opened it. That's actually a pet peeve of mine. I always open new ones, and I didn't open this one. Wow. Broad City. These two women are hilarious. Another variety show. I like Inside Amy Schumer as well. I love Key and Peele, which we'll get to them soon. But these two, I've watched them on YouTube. They're damn funny. So I invested in their first season, and I'm going to watch. I'm actually going to leave that out so I can open it. I feel very ashamed right now. Ben Stiller Show. Another episode from the 90s that didn't really catch on, but gained a cult following. Another variety skit show. Very brilliant. I could watch this any day. Band of Brothers and The Pacific. They go together, I think. Band of Brothers is one of my all-time favorite miniseries. Pacific, I've only watched the first disc, but not as good, but pretty good. This is actually fairly new. Con Man with Alan Tudyk, Nathan Fillion, two of my favorite guys. I wanted to buy the Blu-ray. I had the money, and I wanted to support it. I've heard it's really, really funny. I really want to watch this. I need to soon. They've released a million of these now, but Carol Burnett Show, one of the most revolutionary TV shows ever. It's got some episodes. I thought it might be the only one released, so that's why I bought it, but they released like 20 of them, but still glad to have it. Best of Stephen Colbert DVD and Conan. I'm a fan of both of theirs, so I picked them up for cheap. The Critic. Oh, The Critic. That should be in the animated section. God damn. I am just losing it. I'm putting that over there. Alright, The Cosby Show. Yeah. Alright, look, I'm not going to comment on Bill Cosby's current legal troubles. I really hope he's innocent, but I'm pretty sure he's probably not. But The Cosby Show is damn funny. And eventually you can get seasons 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 for like $7 a piece. I was actually going to buy them the other day off Amazon for very cheap. But I haven't even finished. I've watched the first 2 seasons. I haven't watched seasons 3 and 4. I need to stop buying and start watching. So I have the first 4. Still makes me laugh. Still a brilliant show. The Corner I have not watched yet. It was a miniseries off of HBO that led into the making of The Wire, which we'll get to that. One of the most brilliant shows of all time, but I heard this is brilliant too. And it was kind of rare for a while, and I found it at Walmart for $10, but it's not rare anymore, but I need to watch that. Alright, let's go down here. One of my favorite comedies ever, Scrubs. It's on Netflix, so you can watch it there, but I bought all these before Netflix was huge, but I'm glad to own them with all the extras and everything because I love Scrubs. No, I don't have Season 9 because Season 9 fucking sucks, and it doesn't count. Now, 6 Feet Under. A lot of people still... A ton of people know about 6 Feet Under. A ton of people. But I don't think it gets the praise it deserves anymore because it was only 5 years, but it is some of the best writing, directing, acting I have ever seen. Some of the best drama I've ever seen on television. I'd heard it was brilliant from years, from family members. Finally started getting the seasons, and you know what? It really is. If you haven't watched it, you need to watch it now. It is that damn good. I like how on these, because it's a show about a funeral home, every single one, it opens up like a coffin, which I always thought was pretty cool. But the show was so good, it bothered me. It affected me, honestly, especially the last season. Alright, The Shield. Now, The Shield is actually my favorite drama series ever. Ever. I know there have been better. 6 Feet Under is probably better. 6 Feet Under is my second favorite drama show. The Shield is my favorite. I love this damn show. I actually should rewatch it eventually. It is that damn good. It's a cop show that was on FX and made FX. If you haven't seen it, you can buy the complete series for a good price now. So good. I love that show so much. It's a show that me and my dad actually talk about all the time. He's rewatching it now. Alright, I actually just got this. Jeeves and Wooster. I'm such a big Hugh Laurie, Stephen Fry fan. They were on Blackadder together, which I was going to buy that, but they only came in during, I think, the second and third seasons. And that's a brilliant show, too, from a very revolutionary show from England. But I wanted to see Hugh Laurie and Stephen Fry. I'd never heard of this, and it's a complete show of like a lot of episodes, at least for a British show, and it was a good price, and I really wanted to get it because I love them together, and it's an actual show, not a variety show or a skit show like their other ones. So I watched some of the first episode, and it was very, very funny. So, I can't wait to watch that. All right, the first 2 seasons of Columbo. The only reason I have those, and Columbo's a great show, and I love detective shows. I only have these 2 because they were my roommates, and I bought him the complete series for his birthday one year, and he gave them to me. But it's still a great show. And Curb Your Enthusiasm is a show by Larry David, co-creator of Seinfeld. So damn funny, so damn good. I haven't given it the proper attention I wanted to, but I have the first 3 seasons, so I'll get into it and I'll buy the rest later. Unfortunately, I don't think he's going to complete the series. Of course, we all know Chappelle's Show. First 2 seasons, especially season 2, one of the best seasons ever on television. One of the most revolutionary shows of the last 15 years. It's a shame it went the way it did, but oh well. Deadwood, I love Westerns. I've never watched this show. My dad's a huge fan of it. Another show that didn't get its due and didn't get to finish, but I have all 3 seasons, and I cannot wait to watch them. Daily Show, Indecision 2004. Got it for a good price. Haven't watched it yet. I just think it'd be fun to watch. Now, Dexter. These are on Netflix as well. And honestly, I want the 4th season to own, but seasons 5 through 8 I didn't hate them like a lot of people did. And I didn't completely despise how the show ended, even though it could have been a shit ton better. I mean, someone bought these for me. An ex-girlfriend bought these for me for my birthday, I believe. So I'm glad I have them, and I love Dexter. I really love the show the first 4 years. So I need the 4th one. When I find it for a really cheap price, I'll get it. Dark Angel. I remember watching this show when it was on TV, and the first season is really fun. It's an interesting show, interesting idea. James Cameron had a hand in it, and I actually need season 2. It's gone up in price a little bit. I didn't like season 2, but I do want it to complete it, but I'll have someone else buy it for me. If it's something I want but don't want to buy myself, I'll have someone else do it. Another skit show, The Dana Carvey Show. Very, very funny. Kind of ahead of its time. Big Dana Carvey fan. First season of ER, one of my all-time favorite dramas, but the seasons are still expensive. The complete series is uber expensive. But I've got the first season, and it is some of the best drama you'll ever see on TV. Hope to get more eventually. Fawlty Towers, another British show. Probably the most revolutionary British show ever. And, oh man, it is so, so good. I've only watched a couple episodes, but so good. Trying to get into more British stuff. Let's see, what's next? Freaks and Geeks. I hate to say, I was so excited to collect this, and I collected it when these were like $60, but I haven't really watched it. But I mean, look at that cast. James Franco, Jason Segel, Seth Rogen, Linda Cardellini. I can't remember their names, but I know these 2 and him. This is a great show by Judd Apatow. Very much ahead of its time. I need to watch the whole damn thing. Firefly. Okay. Who doesn't love Firefly, honestly? And this is my favorite sci-fi show ever. Because I love Westerns, but it's just, for 14 episodes, this is what TV is supposed to be about. It is so good. But Fox foxed it up, as they do with a lot of damn shows, some of which I will get to. And I don't think the show would have been a huge hit back then. If it was on like the Sci-Fi Network, it would have. But if you haven't watched this, give it a chance, because I've never seen sci-fi and a Western put together so well. Joss Whedon is a brilliant man. Love him. I'd kiss him. Gotham. This is also on Netflix, which is where I watched it, but I got this for $10. I love Batman. This is fucking awesome. And I love cop shows. I love detective shows. This was a great first season. I cannot wait to watch season 2 when it comes out later this year. Hill Street, another old cop show. I only have this because my dad had 2 copies. I've never watched it, but I will eventually. All 8 seasons of House. I had the first 7 before it came to Netflix, but I got it on Blu-ray for $10. You'll probably say a waste of money, but I had to complete it. And here's the thing. I got the Blu-ray for $10. The DVD, which all the rest are DVD, would have been $25. figure that out. Okay, I gotta move some of these DVDs. Sorry. To get to the bottom portion of this. Oh, my shit's going everywhere. Alright, last row for live action. That 70s show. Some of you may be surprised, but I love this show. I grew up with it. It's not one of the best comedy series ever, but it's damn funny and entertaining. I mean, the first 3 years is gold. Almost all the way through, just gold, especially 2 and 3. Solid from beginning to end. Season 4 is great. Season 5 and 6 are fine. 7's fine. 8's a piece of shit. I wouldn't own that unless it was to complete the entire set. But